Hey, what's up, people? It's Lee Tremaine back. If I'm panting a little bit, I'm sorry. I just got back from the gym, and this thought just entered my head, and I just kind of want to speak about it before I forget what I want to say, or not really forget. Just I want to speak about it right now and just get it off my head, get it out of my head. But anyway, so I was working out today, and a song came up that I haven't heard in a little while. It's called "Shallow" by Andy. I don't know if any of y'all heard it. But it's a really good song, and I hadn't heard it in a good bit. But what he's singing about is basically how he's left a trail of broken hearts, and basically how he judges women, and he puts so much emphasis on what they look on the outside and stuff along those lines. And it made me think about myself, and I was like, man, I do the same thing. And in the song, he talks about, thank God for God's grace, that he's able to take away those things, but there are still repercussions for all of those issues and whatnot. And it made me think about me and think about how I tend to do that same thing. Not necessarily the trail of broken hearts and all that, but basically more along the lines of, man, I tend to look at, and not even in the category of everyone, just like tend to look at girls and tend to just be like, she's alright, she's not, instead of looking at them as the daughters of God, instead of looking at them like the princesses and queens of God, and looking at them as created beings that God put on this earth. And it just hit me kind of, and I was just like, because recently, of late, I've been going through this something in my head where like my two best friends in the world got married recently, and one of them's having a baby, and I'm like, dang, what am I doing? You know, when you see all your friends starting to get married. I'm only 20, I got a lot of time, but it kind of put that thoughts in my head and kind of put me in the situation where I started thinking about it like, man, what are you gonna do? Like, look at all your friends and all this stuff, and it's like, bro, you need to chill. You don't need a girlfriend. I mean, there's a Bible verse that says something along the lines of, you don't need to don't activate love when it's not yet time, or something along those lines. I'm not sure. I'll put the Bible verse on the screen I'll put the Bible verse on the screen so you guys can actually know exactly the words that it says. And it made me think about it, and I was thinking, I was chasing after something that I shouldn't have been chasing after, because I don't think it's time yet, for me at least. I don't think it's that time yet. There's a season for every single thing to happen, and this is not that season. Right now I'm in the season of getting done with college, and by the grace of God, getting a good job, and then moving on to bigger and greater things. Maybe going back to school for a master's. Well, that's not a maybe. I'll probably go back to school for a master's and do all that stuff in its season, in its due time. And there's no need for me to chase after these things that are more or less a distraction, and removing my eyes on what to chase after, chasing after God and doing the things that I need to do right now. So yeah, it was a quick commentary. It just kind of popped in my head, and I was like, I've been thinking about talking about that stuff, and it finally put perspective to what I've been thinking about lately. And I really like that song, so I'm gonna leave a link to the song in the background, in the description. Jeez, man. Leave a link to the song in the description, and I think also it might be the instrumental, might be the background of this song, of this video right now. But if it's not, because of copyright issues. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. God bless y'all, and do everything in its season. Don't chase after what's not prepared for you at a certain point in time. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. God bless y'all. Peace.